morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, October 30th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to CATEX TV. I will be in London for the first 4 days of next week and will be broadcasting from there. Aon has blamed an unfavorable market, a modest decline in facultative placements, and unfavorable timing for a 4% decrease in organic revenue at its reinsurance broking arm, Aon Benfield. This is for the third quarter. Aon Benfield saw a 4% erosion in organic revenues, but has said that it had seen record new business growth in treaty placements. By contrast, its rival, Guy Carpenter, reported organic growth of 2%. Greg Case, the CEO of Aon, pointed to organic growth and operating margin expansion in the treaty placements, which he said the firm had achieved in the face of unfavorable currency movements and macroeconomic challenges. Case said, driven by our industry-leading portfolio and investments across data and analytics, we expect a strong fourth quarter and to finish the year across each of our key metrics, further positioning the firm for free cash flow generation and shareholder value creation. Yesterday there was news down in Florida at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport. A Boeing 767's jet engine caught fire as it prepared for takeoff from Fort Lauderdale to go to Caracas. 21 people were injured, one of them seriously. Apparently the airliner was owned by Dynamic Airways, which is a 5-year-old airline that connects Fort Lauderdale, New York, Venezuela, and Guyana, and operates 7 767s. Air traffic control as well as pilots in planes following the 767 on the runway were reporting that there was a fuel leak from one of the engines. The engine shortly exploded and burst into flames, and passengers were forced to evacuate by slides. 226 flights were subsequently delayed at the airport, which was closed down for approximately 2 hours. The other day, Carl Icahn wrote a letter to the AIG board saying the company needs to be broken up into 3 units. Today, AIG is considering a spin-off or sale of its $5 billion mortgage insurance business. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. The mortgage insurance business is a relatively small part of the overall business, contributing about just 5% of pre-tax operating profits. The Journal said discussions were understood to have been underway for some time, but that no final decision had yet been made about the disposal of the division. News from London that the International Underwriting Association, in a canvassing of premium collected by non-Lloyd's business, said that the London company market total for 2014 for overall premium is about £22.9 billion, or $36.5 billion US. If you add in the Lloyd's figure, which is $25.3 billion, this would mean that the total for London market now is $48.2 billion, £48.2 billion, or 77 billion US dollars. At least 2 people have been killed in the Ukraine town of Svatov after an ammunition depot exploded. A series of fireballs were seen following the blast. Local media have said that the Ukraine security forces are investigating and claimed it could be a terrorist act. The ammo dump is located in part of the Ukraine controlled by the government. Yesterday, in a secure video conference between military commanders from China and the United States, the Chinese naval commander, Admiral Wu Shangli, told his American counterpart, Admiral John Richardson, that a minor incident could spark war in the South China Sea if the United States did not stop its provocative acts in the disputed waterway. China has rebuked the United States over the patrol in which the United States sent a destroyer sailing within 12 nautical miles of one of Beijing's man-made islands in the contested Spratly Archipelago. A U.S. Navy spokesman stressed that Washington's position that U.S. freedom of navigation operations are meant to protect the rights, freedoms, and lawful uses of the sea guaranteed to all nations. China, meanwhile, faced a loss when the Philippines won an important ruling in its case against China over disputed parts of the South China Sea with an arbitration court in the Netherlands at The Hague. The court said that it does have jurisdiction over the case and will hear it. The Permanent Court of Arbitration issued the ruling yesterday, These are proceedings that China has boycotted since 2013 when the Philippines first brought their action. The Philippines welcomed the decision and said it was prepared to argue the merits of its case before the tribunal. The tribunal said that they had rejected Beijing's claims that the disputes in the South China Sea were about its territorial sovereignty and are prepared to hear the case. China said that they would not accept any ruling from the court. They accused the Filipinos of political provocation under the cloak of law. So if the court goes ahead and rules against them, China could well be branded an international outlaw, which would not be conducive to their plan to double their economy by the year 2020, which is going to be based on international countries buying their goods. We'll see how Beijing figures that out. That's the news for today. We'll see you Monday from London. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching.